Welcome to GDPR by Noor. In today's lesson, I will answer this question. Can software automate data subject access request DSAR? We will discuss what can be automated, what requires human judgment, and how to build a legally compliant DSAR workflow. I am Noor and I guide organizations in practical compliant GDPR implementation. Let's get started. A data subject access request comes from Article 15, which gives individuals the right to access their personal data. A DSAR requires you to confirm whether you process someone's data, provide a copy of that data, and explain how it's processed, its purpose, categories, recipient, and retention. DSARs are common because people want to see what data organizations hold about them. Under Article 12.3, you must respond within 1 month, which is challenging for organizations handling multiple requests or complex systems. This is why automation is appealing. The core question: can DSARs be automated? Yes, DSAR can be automated under conditions. The GDPR does not ban automation. What matters is meeting all legal requirements of DSAR. Automation cannot limit or complicate the exercise of rights. Article 12.2 requires controller to facilitate rights, meaning automation must make the process easier, not harder. Automation is allowed and often beneficial, but it must be designed to stay fully compliant. What can be automated? Several DSAR steps can be automated effectively. Request intake and logging, web forms, email routing, and ticketing system can capture and track DSARs consistently. Dedicated DSAR portals are common. Identity verification. Authentication workflows such as MFA or account-based verification can be automated. Data retrieval. Software can search multiple systems, collect personal data, and generate standardized report, removing the need of manual data hunting. Standard communication. Confirmation emails, updates, and deadline reminders can be automated. All of this support Article 12 requirement to facilitate rights by making the process faster, more reliable, and more efficient. Some DSAR steps still require human oversight. Final disclosure check. A human must review identity verification and the package before release. Automated errors here risk disclosing someone else's data. Complex request involving unclear scope, multiple data sources, or identity doubt need human judgment. Automated systems should flag and escalate these cases. Exemption assessments. Decisions about excessive or unfolded requests. Redaction to protect others' right, or issue involving trade secrets or IP cannot be automated. These are the legal assessments and must be handled by human. Automation improves speed and consistency, but human review is essential to avoid compliance failure. An automated DSAR process must meet four core requirements. 1 month deadline. Article 12.3 requires you to respond within 1 month. Automation must speed up the response time, and any delays caused by the system still count as non-compliance. Free of charge. Article 12.5 requires DSAR responses to be free. Fees are allowed only for additional copies or for excessive requests. Secure identity verification. Recital 64 expects strong identity check. Automated verification must prevent unauthorized access or risk of data breach. Complete and accurate data. Article 15 requires providing all personal data you process about the requester. An automated system must search every relevant system. Partial discovery is compliance failure. These four requirements apply whether you automate or not. Automation must support them, not weaken them. Identity verification is a balance. You must confirm the requester identity without making the process so difficult that it restricts their rights. Recital 64 calls for proportionate approach based on available technology and reasonable cost. Acceptable automated methods include multi-factor authentication, standard account login, verified email confirmation plus extra checks such as security question. The key is proportionality. Verification can't be so demanding that it became a barrier. If a simple password reset only requires an email address but your DSAR process demands excessive documentation, that's likely non-compliant under Article 12.2. The goal is strong, sensible identity check, nothing that obstructs the exercise of rights. A major automation failure point is incomplete data retrieval. You must provide all personal data you process about the requester, not just what sits in your main database. Your automated system must search every location where personal data is actively processed: primary database, operational backups, emails, documents, log files, analytic systems, CRM nodes, and subsidiary platforms. For example, an e-commerce system that returns only account data but misses customer service emails, website logs, analytic data, CRM nodes is providing incomplete access and violating Article 15. Your system must supply the processing information, purposes, data categories, recipients, retention periods, and related details alongside the actual copy of one personal data under Article 15. EDPB guidelines emphasizes that when in doubt, include it. The common automation mistake is searching too narrowly. Build your system to capture everything. Once you have collected all the data, your automated system must present it properly. Article 15.3 requires that if the request is made electronically, the response should be provided in the commonly used electronic format unless the requester asks otherwise. In practice, this usually means PDF, most commonly used CSF for structured data that user may want to analyze, JSON or XML for technical users, especially in portability related cases. But format alone is not enough. Article 12.1 requires the response to be concise, transparent, and intelligible. A raw database dump with cryptic field names does not meet the standard. Your automated system must organize the information clearly, use understandable labels, and present in the way an average person can understand. This is where automated system fails. They technically deliver the data, but in the format that confusing. Good automation retrieves the data and good design makes it comprehensible. GDPR gives you 1 month to respond to DSAR. If the request arrives on 15 January, the deadline is 15 February. You may extend to 3 months for complex or multiple requests. But you must inform the requester within first month and explain why there is a delay. Automation can speed up the process significantly by reducing manual data gathering time, often allowing you to respond well before the deadline. However, automation also introduces the risk. System failure, missed notifications, crashes, or processing errors can cause deadlines to be missed without anyone notice. A silent automated failure is still a GDPR violation. Automated DSAR systems will still encounter cases that require human intervention, manifestly unfounded or excessive requests. Examples included repeated identical requests. You may charge a fee or refuse, but only after human review and documents this justification. Automation cannot make this decision. Third-party data. If requester data included information about other people, you may need to redact it to protect their rights and freedom. Deciding what to redact requires human judgment. Automated DSAR system creates security risk because they gather and transmit personal data. Under Article 32, you must secure the system. Here are the key requirements. Encrypt all data sent to the requester. Use strong authentication to prevent unauthorized access. Keep audit logs of all DSAR actions. Apply strict role-based access control. Secure and delete any temporary storage used during the compilation. Automation increases the attack surface, so security must be robust. Record keeping is essential for GDPR accountability. Under Article 30, you must document what happened with each DSAR. You need records of who submitted the request and when, how you verified identity, what data sources you searched, what you provided, and on what date, any refusal, extensions, or fees, and the reason before them. Automation makes this easier because it can log every step automatically, creating a complete audit trail, something manual process often miss. Retention is not fixed by GDPR, but you should keep DSAR records long enough to prove compliance during an audit, typically for several years. Good documentation ensures you can show exactly what you did, when you did it, and why. Best practice for DSAR automation. Use a hybrid model. Automate routine steps but send exceptions to human reviewer. Automation handle most of the work. Human handle judgment calls. Test regularly. System change over time. Validate that automation still retrieves data from all sources and remain accurate. Communicate clearly. Send automated acknowledgements. Set expectations. Explain timelines and provide contact details. This reduces confusion and follow-ups. Build escalation paths. The system should detect unusual cases, repeat requests, verification failure, unusual data sources, and route them to human. The goal is efficiency from automation with the judgment and flexibility of human oversight. Common mistakes in DSAR automation. No human oversight. Fully automated system miss situations that requires judgment, such as exemptions or third-party data. This leads to GDPR violation. Incomplete data retrieval. System often pulls only customer database data and missed emails, log, or secondary system. Article 15 requires all personal data. Weak identity verification. Oversimplified verification risk unauthorized disclosure. You need a balanced, secure process. Poor documentation. Missing audit trails make it impossible to prove compliance. Every step must be logged. Inflexible system. Automation that can only handle standard requests causes non-standard requests to fail or to be ignored. Avoiding these mistakes protect compliance, security, and user trust. If you use third-party DSAR softwares, you must do proper due diligence. Check whether the tool pulls data from all your systems. Support strong, flexible identity verification. Allow human review and overrides. Produce complete audit logs. Monitor deadlines and alert you failure. Under Article 24 and 28, the vendor is your processor, but you remain fully responsible for GDPR compliance. If their system fails, the violation is yours. So you need to test the vendor system thoroughly and monitor it continuously. So far, we have learned that automation is allowed. The GDPR permits DSAR automation and is technologically neutral. Automation must not create barriers. Under Article 12.2, it must facilitate access, not slow it down or complicate it. Human oversight is essential. Final disclosure checks, exemptions, assessments, and complex cases all need human judgment. All GDPR requirements still apply. You must meet one by one and in 1 month deadline. Verify identity properly, retrieve all personal data, and secure the process. Automation does not reduce your obligations. Use automation for speed up and consistency, but rely on human for judgment and exceptions. This is the most compliant and reliable approach. If you need any compliance related help, you can book consultation. Thank you for watching. Do share, subscribe by GDPR by Noor.